Hey everybody, Susan here with Pumpkin Hill Stampers. I have a Stampin' Show and Tell to share with you today. In this one I am crafting for the Inkspirations blog hop for June, and our challenge was Shades of Blue. So since I just purchased the Sun Prince Designer Series paper from the new annual catalog, and it's all based on blues, it was perfect for this challenge. And I was really excited to get it open and start cutting it up to use on some cards. Now I've paired my paper with the Forever Fern stamp set. I already had the stamp set and I thought it was similar enough to the patterns that I didn't go ahead and buy the one that goes with the bundle, even though it is gorgeous. But I didn't need two that were very similar. So I'm using the Forever Fern stamp set for my couple of stamped images. I'm also using the In the Moment stamp set for my expression. So I'm kind of got a mix match of products here, but that's the nice thing about Stampin' Up! Products. A lot of them will go together and marry very nicely. So I'm going to show you how I put together this fun fold card, which I've just learned how to do thanks to Jackie Bolus the other day. She did a tutorial on some fun folds, and this is one of the ones I learned. So I'm going to take you through making the fun fold, putting it all together with papers. I do some fun stamping with some craft ink and some inside stamping, and then we'll just put it together. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to move all this out of the way. So the first thing I did was prepare my paper, right? Preparing the paper. So like I said, I learned this fun fold the other day through an online tutorial. So here's the template I made. I made it out of retired paper, and I put all my measurements on my pieces so that I could quickly duplicate the sketch, and on the back I put my base measurements, okay? I'm going to share all of that in my blog post with you, so you could use the link below to find the blog post, and you can see all that typed out for you. That's way easier than me going through every little piece that you need to do. But here's one of the fun things about this fun fold. I started with a piece of smoky slate paper, right? And when I cut my main base card, I end up with these two pieces left. This one's going to become the pop-up for the front, and this little piece I was able to die cut for my embellishment. So I pretty much use one piece of cardstock to make this card. Okay, so I'm gonna move that away. Then I have two more pieces that I'm going to stamp on to use on the inside. We'll get to that in a minute. And I have, just with my rectangular stitched dies, I just out of some scrap paper cut some labels to do my little sentiment. And then I have 4 pieces of Designer Series paper. I used 4 different prints from that collection that I'm going to put on my card. Okay, so here we go. First, let's go ahead and let's do the stamping portion first. Okay, let's see. So I've got my Night of Navy and my Whisper White and my other Whisper White for my tag. So I'm going to bring in my Night of Navy, and I'm going to stamp my sentiment from the In the Moment stamp set. That's just going to go right in the center of this one. Okay, right in the center there. Now, from my Forever Ferns, I'm just going to stamp the hello, and I'm just going to aim for the center. I can see through my block, so I can do that. Easy peasy, just like that. Okay, now on my Night of Navy, I'm using craft ink, and I've got 3 little stamps from the Forever Fern. So what I want to do is kind of mimic the idea of the sun print paper. So I'm going to stamp with the craft ink on the blue paper. Okay, so just very lightly going to add some shapes. Now these two are very similar, but they kind of curve in different directions, so I'm going to use them both. Just kind of going around, and then I'm going to use the little spots for just a little extra texture. Okay, so there's not a whole lot of rhyme and reason. I'm just kind of balancing out the pattern. Okay, so there's my pattern kind of balanced out. So that's just with craft ink on the Night of Navy. Okay, so let's see. Now that's going to be the 2 pieces for my inside portion, my little tag. I've already got my die, so I'm good there. Now I've got to do my envelope and my card on the inside. And it looks like I didn't pull that piece of paper, so bear with me. Will this one work? It's a little bit long. Alright, maybe I just won't stamp that piece. We'll see. Alright, so on my envelope, I'm stamping this other image from Forever Fern right there. And then I'm going to show you the piece that I forgot to cut for the video is this inside piece. Okay, and I just stamped that same image here and here. So when I put mine together for you right now, I'm missing this piece, but you can see where it goes. Okay, so let's go ahead and build our fun fold. So I've got my base. Okay, so I'm just going to take my bone folder and I'm going to crease all of my score lines. Okay, and remember my score lines are all going to be in the tutorial, but this starts out as 5.5 by 11, and then you're just going to zigzag the score line back and forth to make an accordion type card. Okay, so there's that one, and then I'm going this way, and then I'm going to go back again, and back one more time. So this is kind of a thick card. This might take a little extra postage, but it's worth it. It's fun. Alright, so there's my accordion fold. Alright, now we're going to add our 4 pieces of designer series paper. So I'm just going to use my multi-purpose glue. Since it's such a thick card, I don't want to really add dimensionals. I just want to keep it all kind of flat. So I've got my 4 patterns. Okay, I think I'm going to use them in that order. So now I'm just going to add some of my liquid adhesive to the back, and these just go on right down a row. Now you could use them all the same, you could mix them up like I am today, you could do stamped panels, right? Think of all the different ways you could use this template to come up with different projects. Okay, so those are just positioned in the center of those sections. Okay, and then if I'd had that inside panel, I would put that here, but it's not going to be a problem. I can always add it later. Alright, so there's that part. Now I've got to do my little pop-up part. So this is the second one. I'm going to go ahead and crease that with my bone folder so it's got a nice strong crease in it. Okay, so now I'm going to add my stamped on my Night of Navy, and I decided to put this on the front instead of on the inside, but you could reverse these. You could put the sentiment on the front. I just decided to keep mine on the inside. Alright, there's no rule. When you're making your card, you make it your way. That's what I always tell my stampers. It's your card, make it your way. I can give you ideas. Other people can give me my ideas, but the way you put it together is totally your choice. Okay, so now I'm just going to add some, very lightly, add some dots to the back of my die cut here. So this came from the coordinating Forever Flourishes die collection. Yeah, Forever Flourishes, which coordinates with the Forever Fern, which is why I had that in my collection. And again, it's not exactly the patterns from the sun prints, but it's close. So if you already have it, you could just add sun prints to your collection and use them together like I am. So I'm just pressing that down. Okay, and then I'm just going to put the hello on. And that's just going to go, pull it up a little, right there. I'm going to flip that all over and give that a good press so all that adhesive sticks to the cardstock. Okay, so you see my 2 parts now? Okay, so this is the only kind of fancy step of putting it together. So what you want to do is have everything folded up. Then you want to take this piece and you want to have the inside there, put this down, and the outside there. This is where you have to decide, do you want it way over here? Do you want it tucked in closer? Do you want it high? Do you want it low? I'm going to put mine in the middle, and I'm going to have it spaced in about, well, it's probably about a 1/4 inch, maybe 3/8 of an inch on this side and a little bit on that side, okay? It's totally up to you, but this is where you have to decide your placement, and this is how you're going to adhere it. So I'm holding this down on the inside. I'm flipping that open. Now be careful. You can see how wide your cardstock is, right? So I'm just going to add a little bit of adhesive here. You could add it here, but I don't want to get it too far in here, otherwise it's going to stick to this, and I don't want that to happen. So that's why I put it down on my skinny strip DSP. So I'm just going to hold that for a second. Okay, so that's down, and now you open it up. Now you got to do the same thing. Now this is already in position, right? But you still have to pay attention to how tall you are. So open that up, and then again you can see how wide your strip is. So just keep your adhesive within that section. Press that down, and now you've got your accordion style card. I think that's pretty nifty. I really like that. And I like the way these blues and the smoky slate all come together really nicely. So that wasn't really all that difficult, was it, guys? Okay, here's the one I did before, where I actually have the inside stamp panel. And then all of that just goes together nicely. So there you go. There's my Shades of Blue challenge for the blog hop today. I hope you enjoyed. Remember, you can hop over to my blog post if you're seeing this here on YouTube and see all the details. And if you were over on my blog for the blog hop and you came to see my video, remember you can subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you'll be notified when I share more projects, right? Alright guys, I hope you have a great day. Do some fun stamping. Let me know if you try out this fun fold in your own projects. I'd love to hear from you if you have success. And I'll see you again soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.